Hello Twitch, hello YouTube, hello those in chat. I apologise for being 34 minutes late today, but wow, if I don't start a day with massive technical issues, then I don't really start a day. For some reason my PS3 eye camera no longer picks up any of the head trackers that I have. So we're trying a software package that's available on Steam that was sent to me a little while ago called View Tracker, and I've got to say View Tracker is actually working pretty darned well. Farming Simulator 19, this is my first look at Farming Simulator 19, and before I get into it I have to say a big massive shout out and thank you to the Hidden Levels, or THL as they're also known. Fantastic YouTube channel that you should definitely go and check out. They have provided me with a key because giants absolutely detest YouTubers, or it seems to me that they absolutely detest YouTubers who critically analyze their games. And all I see at the moment is YouTubers telling everybody how fantastic this game is and how brilliant everything is. It's not true. If you look at genuine YouTubers, and there are a number of them out there, if you look at genuine, honest YouTubers, the game is buggy as hell. If you ask people, what's your honest opinion of Farm Simulator 19, those that aren't, you know, being spoon-fed by giants, I guess, they'll tell you this game is a buggy mess. Right, okay, so Farm Sim 19, has always been excellent, I felt, with controller configuration in the way that it can take any number of controller configurations and just use them all together at the same time. I've never been a fan of the way in which controls. I mean, this is awful to work with, and when you start adding mods to the game, it gets even worse. Pay attention, of course, down here to all of this stuff, flashing and switching between. This game has no idea, for some reason, it has no idea whatsoever whether I'm using my Xbox 360 controller or my keyboard and mouse. So anytime you do anything, it just do you see it flicking between the two? This is such, I mean, I haven't even got into the game yet. The very first time I just did a test run this morning to see if everything was working. And without touching any controllers at all, as soon as the tractor started, it just slammed itself in reverse and did an endo. So, I mean, control-wise, this game has just been awful. I've never seen it so messed up. I've never seen it so unbelievably broken. Right, so device Cytec side panel control deck. Okay, that seems to be registered. G29 driving force axis, so we don't want a dead zone in there because it's god awful. Not that we know what axis 1 dead zone is, but I'm assuming that's the steering wheel. There's no way of telling what any of these axes are. Let's just turn off all the dead zones and see what happens. Now the menu itself has had a bit of a revamp. Save successfully. Oh my god! Don't tell me that for the first time ever you can change a keybind and not have to restart the game. That would be sensational. Let's try it. Oh. That was my bad. Key 1, key 2. Okay. We have to switch to gamepad. Okay, it's all changed. Right. Jump. Crouch. Throw objects. Where's enter vehicle? There it is. So it seems like some buttons are already set up. Let's do something I know I definitely want to use. Select camera. Right, now I'm going to save that and see if the game restarts. OMG! If you can change these buttons whilst you're in game, then Farming Simulator 19 and Giants are going to get a massive thumbs up from me. Let's just jump into any career, anything at all. New farmer, don't care. You already own land and some equipment. In Ravenport, we'll teach you how to play Farming Simulator. Let's start with that one. No. You start with substantial funds, but no land, no buildings, no equipment. It's up to you to decide what your farm will look like. Okay, that's probably what we want to do, but I am going to do the tutorials today. I just want to go into a game right now and see whether or not, I'm not bothered about any of this right now, and just see whether or not I can bind keys without having to restart the bloody game. Because that was one of the most irritating things about Farm Sim over the last 10 years. You cannot. The problem is there are so many controls, so many options. So the mouse works, the keyboard works, the controller doth not work at all. Nothing works. So if we press escape. And you can see how it's still flicking. Everything is flicking. It's like, are you using keyboard or are you using controller? Gamepad controls. Okay, jump. Let's try this. Jump. And save. Now, this always used to kick you out the game and restart the game. Oh my god, they fixed it. Oh, the release. My god. So long have I been waiting for that. Okay, good. Right, let's have a crouch button. Let's have activate button. Let's have start-stop engine. It is definitely going to be that button. Oh my god, you have no idea how nice it is just to be able to set up your controls, test them on the fly without having to restart the game every single time. Oh my god. That's so important. That is so important. I think what they should do, and I've said this year after year after year after year, instead of just having 7,000 bloody combination control things. Here we go, here we go. Walk forwards. There we go. Walk right. Look down. Look right. Back doesn't work when I press it. Right, okay, so now we have a controller working views. But it's so strange that that isn't set up because Farm Sim has always just picked up an Xbox 360 controller and worked with it. So it's really odd that it doesn't do that anymore. The good news is though it seems to be working. People obviously having issues with the inability to be able to walk around and so on and so forth. But yeah, that's not too painful to set up. What I think should happen in terms of this keybinding screen, if you will, is why don't they just have sub-screens? So, you know, character, and then you can have the moving, walking forwards, jumping, all that kind of stuff. Why don't you have menu controls and then just have the controls for that? Have another tab for tractor controls, have another tab for front loader controls. Do you know what I mean? Split it up and then have one for mods, because what happens is with the Farm Sim, you start adding mods and then you've got, I don't know how many's here. I'm going to speculate and say there's 150 control options to us already. You know, when you start adding mods, then you're going to start doubling that. So you've got 300 plus controls that you've got to bind to something. It just starts getting messy and confusing and out of control. So if you just broke it up into tabs, you know, player controls, tractor controls, that kind of thing, and driving controls, it'd just make life so much bloody easier. It really would. Another thing I'd like to see here, and again, I mean, you can see this is flicking and flashing between keyboard and controller uncontrollably. Now that can't be doing any good for anything at all. But why isn't there a clear all? There's a reset all, which will reset it to what they've predefined it to that doesn't work. Why isn't there a clear all? I'd like a clear all and just start again from the beginning. Now there is one issue with that, of course. If you clear all, then your in-menu controls will no longer work. But there you go. Speaking of menus, we're going to have to bind all of this crap. It just takes so long. Right, let's save that. Say OK. Where's the back? Menu back, because that's not working at the moment. Select. It's going to be A. Open menu. There should be some like menu controls like up, down, left, right, all that kind of stuff. But this is kind of my problem with it, is, you know, it's just so bloody, there's so many actions that you need to bind keys to. It just gets confusing, immediately confusing. But I can't see any. I genuinely cannot see any menu controls, which is very strange. Right, save controls, say OK. Back, doesn't work at all. I can't navigate using the controller in the menu in the slightest. Enter vehicle can be that. Oh no, enter vehicle has to be that, for reasons that will become clear later on. So what about opening and closing doors? I mean, it seems like some of these controls have gone. I think I bind that to that as well. So jump and get in vehicle are both the same button. Seems to work well. Interact, throw, object, enter vehicle. Crouch is B. Apologies in chat, this is not the most entertaining thing, but unfortunately Farm Sim 19 rolls out with your controls all over the bloody place. So this is how you're going to start your gameplay. There's no way around it. Maybe even like a search option here, so I can search for the flipping action I'm looking for. Load, run. We're going to have to come back and probably fix all these, but it's so nice that you can save them. You can change and save your key bindings without having to restart the game. It's such a huge thing. Right, this is brake. This is accelerate. So none of this is set up. Well, I don't know actually. It looks like it is set up. So I'm just resetting what's already set. It seems like. Lift, front loader arm. So that would be you, sir, like that. Lift front loader tool. Copy that one. Now, what's interesting is, I don't know if you've spotted this, but the crazy flashiness has stopped. So there's something that I've changed in the gamepad controls that has stopped that craziness from happening, and I don't know what it is. I don't know when that changed. Maybe if I watch the video back I can see what action I bound to something, and it's not doing it now, so it suddenly stopped flashing like a crazy person. But I still see absolutely no way of setting the Xbox 360 controller up to navigate within the menu itself. It just doesn't, nothing works, which is very strange. That's always worked in every version of Farm Sim I've ever seen. Now, okay, so a positive point is that you can now change buttons and test them on the fly which is a good thing. That's now working perfectly well. Press down against sprint, so we're impressed with that. These sunflowers look pretty darn good, don't they? Not bad at all. Not bad at all. So we've got birds and crows flying up off the ground now. That's a new feature, that's quite nice. You've got the field info, bottom right hand corner, that's all new. Unfortunately there's no seasons, but the clouds do now, apparently, yeah, it looks like, I don't know, to me it looks like they just get blurrier. They just get blurrier as the day evolves, but apparently if you sit and look at the sky for long enough you'll see that the clouds actually move about. The skybox is not one static thing anymore, which is nice. Really positive changes. Graphically, I like these kind of details. I'm not sure why this area is fenced off. I mean, it would be great if you had the ability to rip this fence out and, you know, tow away this scrappy car, maybe sell it for some money, rather than it being a constant feature that you cannot do anything about. Flag animation's okay. It looks a little bit cardboardy. The textures on the pole itself are, I wouldn't say groundbreaking. They're a little bit blurry when you get up close, but from a distance they look alright. Yeah. Not too bad. Shadows on the trees, you can see as I get nearer they appear and disappear. It's a tad random. Obviously I can play around with the settings a bit. Some of this stuff will look better with a bit of tweaking. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video today. I really appreciate you coming along and taking the time to do that. I want to say a big thank you to each and every one of you who watched this video today. Special big thank you to our Patreons and supporters on Twitch. But everybody who comes and watches, you all count, you are all part of this, and I thank you so much. If you hit that like button, I will like you twice as much. Even more than that, perhaps. It is for you guys that I make these videos, so it matters to me a huge amount if you enjoy watching them, and if you don't, you need to tell me. So thanks for watching, take care of yourselves, until next time, goodbye for now.